and come to the front of your mat. So as we move, I'm going to recommend keeping your blocks in hand so that you can move them around with you as we move. Find a slightly wider legged mountain at the front of your mat. Sit your hips back into chair. Your arms can come in front of you. Maybe they come up, but find your version of chair. Then shift all of your weight into your right leg. And keeping the weight there, we're going to stand up, and you can stand up keeping your left foot on the mat, all your weight in your right leg, or you might choose to lift your left knee as you come up. So it's going to be a balance here. Whether your foot is down, your weight is all in your right leg. And then if you've lifted your knee, you might consider straightening that knee. And then wherever you are here, we're going to step back into lunge with that left leg. So you could sit that leg down, come into a forward fold, ground through your hands, your blocks, and then step back. Or another option would be, if your leg is up, you might step back all at once. So try that a couple of times. We're kind of working on these transitional things. If doing that is interesting to you. If it's not, if you just want to stay in your lunge, you can stay in your lunge. So it's sitting into chair, shifting weight, lifting up to a standing position, and then stepping back into lunge, or hanging out in lunge, or anything else. Awesome. And once you've done it on the first side and you feel like, okay, that makes sense, try switching to the second side. Find mountain first, pause in mountain. Notice how you're feeling. Notice if you feel like your two sides feel different. And when you're ready, sit back into chair, shift your weight into your left leg. Same options. Maybe you stand up using your right foot as a kickstand. Maybe your right knee comes up. Maybe your right leg straightens out. And then when you're done balancing, you can step back, either placing your foot down, coming into your forward fold, then stepping your right leg back, or stepping back all at once. And again, if you would like to try that a couple of times, going through the whole thing from chair, you could do that. If there's another part of it you're enjoying, you could focus on that. Awesome. Okay. When you're ready, make your way back to mountain pose. And come into your lunge with your left leg back, right knee bent in front of you. Hands either on blocks or the floor, whatever feels more comfortable. And the next transition is we're going to come into warrior two. So you can do it any way you like. One way would be to spin your back heel down, then lift yourself up, then open to the side, Stretch your arms out. So if it feels comfortable to try practicing that a couple of times, you can do that. And if your energy is low and you're like, no, you can do whatever you like. And another option for trying this transition would be after you spin your back heel down, you might lead with your left arm, come into a big arc, cartwheeling your arms up into your warrior two. So a couple of options and probably others that you could try. And you might decide just being in warrior two for a bit is nice. Yay. When you're ready to switch to the other side, go ahead and you can just scoot yourself forward on your mat. Try it on the second side. So coming into your lunge with your right leg back this time. And then again, making sure you spin your heel down first. And then maybe you come up in steps, lifting yourself up, turning your body towards the long edge, and then opening your arms. Or maybe it's more of a big arc movement, cartwheeling up. Awesome. Okay. When you're ready, you can come back to the front of your mat. Take your time getting there. And just like notice, I'm warm. Wow, I even have the AC on, but it's just so warm and humid. So pause in mountain and notice how you're feeling. Take a couple of deep breaths. Maybe try Sitali or Sitkari breath like we did last week. That might help you cool off. And after this, we're going to go through that whole flow, adding something on at the end, and it's all optional. So take your wide-legged mountain stance. And I'm just going to cue it all the way through, and you can skip parts if you like. You can change parts if you like. You can invent new ones. As you're ready, sit into chair. Shift your weight to your right leg. Stand up, finding your balancing posture, whichever options you're choosing. Step your left leg back into your lunge. Make sure you feel grounded and strong. As you're ready, transition into warrior two. Then from warrior two, pivot to face the long edge of your mat. So you're in a wide-legged stance. Bring your hands or blocks down to the floor. Option to try that superhero lunge, which we did in the very beginning, where you ground down through your right hand, bend through your left knee, with the possibility of lifting your left arm and shifting back and forth between legs. Or you could go right into that kind of combination of wide-legged forward fold and downward dog. But if you are trying these superhero lunges, just do a few before then you come into that fold or any other fold of choice.
And see if you can notice the air circulating around you. Sometimes that can be cooling. You might try Sitali or Sitkari while you're in this forward fold. And when you're ready, walk your blocks in and then walk them around to the front of your mat, pivoting as you go. So you're then in a lunge and you can hop or step in to the front of your mat. Lift yourself up. Find mountain pose. And decide if you'd like to try that on the other side. I'm going to come to the other edge of my mat so I'm not showing y'all my butt. So if you want to go through that again, scoot your legs out a little wider if that feels stable to you. As you're ready, chair. All your weight coming into your left leg. Lift up to your balance pose of choice. And then step back to your lunge. As you're ready, transition into warrior two, spinning your back heel down, lifting up as it works for you. Then pivot to face the long edge of your mat. And your choice of forward fold or lunges and then forward fold. And if you're trying lunges, when you've evened yourself out, come into your forward fold. Again, you might try some Sitali or Sitkari pranayama. Inhaling over your curled up tongue or your teeth, if you find that cooling.